Troy, there's a little gem here that I didn't know anything about for a wee while.
The hidden gem, eh?
Yeah, but you've been here for a long time.
Long time, yeah.
In my hometown at the moment, Pukekohe.
About 14 years in Puke now, yeah. About 3 years in this location, yeah. So it was I had it up at my farm for a few years over COVID, over the initial COVID, and then we thought we'd bite the bullet and come back into town, and second COVID hit, but we just carried on.
You've got an interesting story. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got to where you are today? The martial arts story.
Yeah. Yeah, so just as a youngster we boxed. There wasn't, as you know, there wasn't a lot of martial arts in those days, so that was my sort of background. And then we, and my boys wanted to get involved fairly early on in the piece, and they did some training in New Zealand with Chris Martin up at ETK and little bits and pieces. And then as they got older, they wanted the MMA, so we sent the boys to Las Vegas to train out of Extreme Couture. And then the second trip they went back again and trained with Ricardo Cavalcanti. And once we felt they were prepared enough, we brought them back. We had a small gym at that stage, all the windows blocked out, just try and keep it private. But just keep getting the door knocked down and wanting to join, and here we are, yeah.
And there was some interaction with Ray Sefo?
Yeah, so Ray was the head kickboxing coach at XTREEM in those days, and with the boys being Kiwis, he readily accepted them into the fray and showed them Vegas life. And boys met some good friends there. They were training with some big name UFC fighters. Vitor was there at the time, and yeah, they loved it. Yeah, we've actually got one of the up and comer fighters is going to follow the same path, and he's going to head to Vegas maybe later this year and try and do the same thing.
And tell us about the tie-up with Ricardo.
Ricardo, he was just in Vegas. The boys were in Vegas. Oh, we were about to send him to Vegas, and I just reached out to him. I've followed him for a long time on YouTube and what have you. Just reached out to him and said that we wanted to come, and he just received us with open arms. And you know, like we've been back maybe 13 or 14 times back to Las Vegas and stay with him and train over there. I don't know about like the training. 40 degrees is a bit hard to train in. But yeah, that's with Ricardo, and the boys train there, and Ricardo's only just left. He's been back in New Zealand, been back 3 or 4 times, but he's just been back just recently of Christmas, and yeah, managed to grab a black belt as well, so that's the end of that line.
You were telling me off camera a little bit about the how COVID was sending people to you with, you've got a lot of children.
Yeah, well, at that stage, a lot of the kids' sports were getting shut down because if the parents weren't vaccinated, they weren't allowing them to enter, and I don't think the kids' vaccinations are out at that stage. We're not particularly worried whether you're pro or anti. It means nothing to us, but we just felt we needed to, for the people that needed this place, it needed to be open. I just stayed open. The doors were open, as you can see, just like this, and you know, we trained a few police and they were still training, so we just got on with it and carried on.
I've just watched the kids class here. What age? Oh, it's amazing. It really is. What age do you take them?
Maybe around 4, 5 preferably. But some of the kids, as you see, pretty little kids out there. So about 4 and up to about 12 in that particular class. And then all the 12 and up sort of jump into this next 6 o'clock class. And you can see even now there's a lot of kids, a lot of the competition kids in this class. They're training with adults, so yeah.
How many, you told me the other day about how many under 12?
I think there's about 80 under 12, yeah. Yeah. Well, lucky they don't turn up at the same time, that's for sure.
And a lot of them are girls?
It'd be 50% at least, if not possibly more. Yeah, and the girls just, honestly, the girls just take to it like a duck to water, the jiu-jitsu especially, you know. So yeah, we've got quite a few New Zealand champions amongst the junior ranks, so yeah, pretty cool. I enjoy watching the kids progress. So
I can see you've got enough staff to go around, and
very, very, very lucky to have some high ranks and people that want to spend their time. Some of these guys have got kids in the class, others don't, but they still give their time. I think it's good for anyone on their jiu-jitsu journey to help teach at some stage. It certainly helps your own game, and yeah, we encourage them to do as much as they can.
You know, your family with you and your boys working here and doing the training, and you think that makes for a family environment?
I think a lot of the students like the family environment. They've got my wife and my daughter at the door at the counter doing reception, and myself and both my boys train across all the different classes. And but we've also got others that are able to take class as well. We've got other high-ranking guys that like to help teach, and it's good for them, like I say, help them learn their own game as well.
Talking about competition, one of the biggest shows, MMA shows in New Zealand coming up, and you've got competitors.
Yeah, got 4 fighters for that. That's Jason Vorster's Shuriken card. That's going to be huge. I believe it's sold out. Jason does a fantastic job. He's a good promoter, good matchmaker, and yeah, we got 4, and that's going to be a busy night, that's for sure. 1 title fight, and then Gene's up for a title elimination fight, and then a couple of boys. One of the boys' first ever fight, and he's on the big show, so he got a call up last week with a pull out. So I always tell the boys, keep ready. You don't know when the opportunity's going to arise, and here we are.
Talking about this facility here, I was really amazed that I hadn't heard about it before. But you got so much extras with the sauna and
the pool and everything. Yeah. I like a few extras. I think the sauna and the ice bath is something sorely needed out these ways. Not just for us, but general public that we're going to open it to. That's sorely needed, and the pool's just great for the boys after a run. They always come back for a bit of a swim and a jump around and a layer up, and just sort of helps relax and keeps the vibe nice and light and friendly,
And you're expanding even further with you putting a cage?
Yeah, cage going in, and a big carport. I'd like a big place, but yeah, that's maybe another day. But we'll make do. We've got the big cage coming in within the next few months. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Got to ask you the question, because there's so many fighters around. Any chance of there being an MMA event down here?
I knew you'd ask that as soon as I said putting a cage in. Honestly, we'll probably love to do something just local. Again, probably missing a little bit that local entertainment, not just the fighters, but just for the general public out this way to come and see it. I think it'd be good fun. Yeah, I'd love to do that. We've got a fantastic sponsor on board, I've got to say, King's Engineering, Steve King, supplying the cage, building the cage, no cost. It's just, it's a lot of the stuff we can't do without these sort of guys on board. It's just makes life real easy.
I noticed a lot of advertising on your wall and that. These locals that are all behind you?
Yeah, most of them are locals. Most of them are students, and a few of them are just local businesses that we've dealt with over the years. So we just like to get them involved as well. They like to be involved with the fight scene, and there's not probably a lot in it for them, but within the club, we're able to network amongst each other, and there's all sorts of trades and all sorts of things happening. So yeah, bloody good.
Well, I know something that the vibe here is really good. It's a friendly, competitive vibe.
Yeah, very competitive, but it is a friendly vibe. We're here on site. Look, I don't know if it's set out to be that. That's just how it is. The students we attract just happen to be that type of student. Yeah, I don't think there's any magic juice as such. I think it's just a good bunch of local, small town people that really enjoy what we do and what they do, and yeah, lots of opportunities out there for them. Yeah.
Hey, well, thanks for giving me the opportunity to come along and talk to you. And
Yeah. I'll book you in for the sauna and the ice bath.
yeah, you're on there.
Fantastic. Thanks, Tony.
Hey, thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for coming out.
Appreciate it.
And you too, Rob.